Have you ever wondered why you were born in that exact year? What if I told you that the final digit of your birth year isn't just a number? It's a symbol, a whisper from time itself about your role in the world. Today, we're going to uncover what most overlook, the silent code written into your beginning. You didn't just arrive, you were launched with meaning. Have you ever stopped just for a moment and asked yourself, why that year? Why not a year before or a year after? Why were you born exactly when you were? It wasn't chance. It wasn't coincidence. And it surely wasn't random. The last digit of your birth year? Yes, that single number holds a deeper meaning than you've ever imagined. You see, time doesn't just pass. Time speaks. Every year is coded with purpose, and every digit in that year carries a frequency, a rhythm, a message. The final digit. That's the seal. It's the anchor. It whispers who you are becoming even before you knew how to crawl. And the shocking part, most people live and die without ever unlocking it. Think about this. There are 10 digits, 0 through 9, and each one, it carries a distinct pattern, a unique energy, a mindset, a lens through which you interpret the world. And yet most people walk around not realizing they've been carrying a code that could explain their tendencies, their timing, their resistance, even their breakthroughs. Some of you were born in years ending in 1, the year of initiators, starters, pioneers. Some in 5, the number of change, disruption, rebirth. And some, you carry the 0, the mystery, the reset, the full circle. But if you don't know what it means, how will you harness it? This is not numerology. This is awareness. This is a wake-up call. The universe moves in patterns, and you, yes, you were born in rhythm with something far greater than you've been told. That last digit is a fingerprint, not just of time, but of intention. Your parents may have chosen your name, but time chose your entrance. The question is, are you reading the message it left behind? Or are you still waiting for a sign when it was embedded in your birth all along? Now, here's what's even more surprising. The next digit, yes, the next one in the code, isn't just about who you are. It's about what you were designed to overcome. Are you ready to find out what it means? Or will you keep walking through life coded but unaware? Every code has a pattern. Every pattern has a purpose, and every purpose has a person tied to it. You are that person. And the final digit of your birth year? It's not just a number. It's a signal sent into your life to point you toward the reason you were born. But let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were drawn to certain challenges again and again? Like specific doors opened for you while others slammed shut no matter how hard you tried? That's not coincidence. That's the code at work. The last digit of your birth year, it decodes your life's blueprint. This isn't just about numerics. This is about alignment. That digit reveals how you process struggle, how you lead, how you grow. Some of you were born with a digit that leans toward creation, some toward completion, others toward disruption. Yes, you were born to shake things up. That's why calm never sat right with you. That's why normal never felt natural. You weren't meant to fit in. You were wired to stand out. The moment you discover what your last digit means, you'll begin to understand why certain people gravitate toward you and why others just don't get you. You'll realize why you've always felt pulled in one direction while society tried to push you in another. That's the power of knowing your code. It gives you the freedom to stop living by someone else's expectation and start walking in your own design. Because your code isn't just a hint, it's an instruction. It speaks to your identity, your pace, your pain, your potential. And when you decode it, you stop reacting and start responding to life with intention. But here's where it gets even deeper. What if I told you that your last digit not only decodes your design, but also exposes your blind spots? Yes, the very thing that makes you powerful might also be the very thing that holds you back. And guess what? We're just getting started. Because next we're diving into the message you've been ignoring all along. The one that's been whispering through your habits, your timing, and your toughest decisions. Most people live their entire lives chasing signs, asking questions, looking for answers outside of themselves. Not realizing the first message about their destiny was written the moment they were born. And the last digit of your birth year? It didn't come to decorate your date, it came to deliver a message. That digit is silent, but it speaks louder than you think. It's not random, it's not background noise, it's a symbol, quiet but powerful. It's trying to tell you something about who you are, how you think, how you move, and how you are meant to rise. But here's the problem. We've been so busy surviving, proving, comparing, competing, that we've missed the one signal that was there all along. We ignore the signs already inside of us, waiting to be decoded. The message in your final digit is not loud, it's subtle. But once you recognize it, you'll never unsee it again. Some of you have always felt drawn to building. Others feel the urge to break patterns. Some are healers, some are inventors, and others, you were made to challenge the system, yes, to shake things up that don't serve people anymore. But if you don't recognize that message in your code, you'll spend your life doubting your instincts. You'll second-guess your strength. You'll feel off, not realizing you were never meant to fit their mold. The message of your birth digit doesn't just speak to your calling, it speaks to your timing. That's why certain seasons felt heavy while others felt magnetic. That's why some opportunities lit a fire in your soul while others felt like empty check boxes. The message was always speaking through your energy, your reactions, your pull towards certain people, places, and problems. But here's the truth most people never hear until it's too late. The longer you ignore the message, the more misaligned your life becomes. You don't need a new life. You need to listen to the one that was speaking from the start. And here's the twist. If you've been listening closely, you'll realize this message was never just about you. Because the digit that marked your beginning, it also points to the exact moment when you're meant to shift others. The last digit of your birth year is not just a number, it's a compass, silently guiding your decisions, your reactions, your growth, and your future. It's more than identity, it's direction. And once you unlock it, you'll begin to see the invisible line connecting your choices, your challenges, and your calling. Every digit shapes a pattern, and patterns don't lie. Maybe you've felt like you were constantly starting over, or like you've been carrying something heavy, something unseen but always present. That's not just life, it's the fingerprint of your design. Your digit is shaping how you process the world, how you respond to pressure, how you rise after setbacks. And what's more shocking, that final digit also influences how you lead. Some people were born to initiate, to start fires and spark movements. Others were born to finish, to close cycles and bring vision to completion. Some, they carry the energy of transformation, always tearing down what no longer serves and rebuilding something better. So the question is, which one are you? Are you trying to lead like someone else, follow someone else's path, walk in someone else's timing while ignoring the code that's already been stitched into your life? That digit didn't come to confuse you. It came to redigit plays. You stop chasing clarity and start walking in it. You stop mimicking and start mastering. Because now you know what your rhythm is. You know when to push and when to pause. You know which fights are yours and which ones are distractions. But here's what makes this even more powerful. That last digit isn't just shaping what you do, it's revealing when you're most effective. That's why some of you feel like late bloomers. You weren't late, you were right on time. According to the code, your breakthrough wasn't delayed. It was being developed. But we're not done yet. Because what if I told you your digit doesn't only define your direction, it also predicts the cycles that repeat in your life. And the real question is, are you repeating them unconsciously? Or are you finally ready to break them on purpose? You were not born on accident. You didn't just show up in the timeline of history. No, you were launched on schedule with intention. The year you were born wasn't random. And the last digit of that year, that digit holds the blueprint of your entrance. It's not just when you came, it's how you were meant to show up. Every generation carries a rhythm. Every decade, a shift. And the digit at the end of your birth year, that's the marker that aligns you with a specific design in time. You were born to be part of a pattern, either to continue it or to interrupt it. And the moment you recognize your digit's rhythm, you'll begin to see why certain things in your life repeat, why certain themes keep returning, and why you've always felt a tug in a particular direction. Some of you carry a digit of resistance. You were born in a time when everything around you would try to force you into silence. But you were designed to rise, to challenge, to shift things that were too comfortable for too long. Others? You were born in a digit of creation, a time when new things had to begin, and the world needed builders, not followers. But if you don't know the era you were designed to shape, you'll always feel offbeat. You'll try to follow trends, fit in, get it right. But deep inside, something will feel wrong. Why? Because you're out of alignment with your original entry code. Here's what most people miss. Your birth digit isn't just personal. It's prophetic. It carries the assignment that was needed in the era you entered. That means you were the answer to a problem that existed when you were born. Not later, not earlier. Right then. And if you ignore it, you'll spend your life chasing roles you were never designed for, solving problems that were never yours, and missing the ones you were uniquely born to handle. But there's more, because once you recognize why you were placed in time, you'll begin to understand the digit also holds a clue to what has been trying to distract you from your assignment all along. You didn't choose your year. You didn't select your decade. You didn't scroll through time and say, I'll enter then. That choice was made for you. And the moment you understand that, you realize your birth was not an accident. It was an appointment. And that last digit, that's the evidence. There's something powerful about understanding that you were sent, not just born. That your arrival was aligned with a specific season because something in the world required what you carry. That final digit, it's not just a number. It's the signature of timing, the stamp that confirms. This one has something to release into this moment. So ask yourself, what if you've been underestimating the power of your placement? What if you've been looking around, asking for signs, asking for clarity, when the first clue was always right there? In your birth year. See, people spend their lives searching for identity, for belonging, for purpose. When the timeline itself was the first signal, you were born into a time that needed your mindset, your fire, your voice, your way of thinking, your way of seeing the world. And your digit, that final number, it says, this one is here to do something different. But most people don't recognize it. They get distracted by expectations, by pressure, by opinions. They forget that they were born with a specific edge, a unique vibration that others don't carry. That's why you've always felt a little off in the crowd. That's why blending in feels like betrayal, because your digit didn't come to agree, it came to awaken. And here's where it gets deep. Your year didn't just carry your design, it carried your distractions too. The challenges tailor-made to pull you away from your assignment, the moments that tried to silence you, the relationships that tried to dilute you, all of it was part of the code. The digit that launched your life, it also revealed the weight you'd have to carry. But what if I told you that same digit also contains the exact tool you need to rise above it? Because up next, we're unlocking how your digit doesn't just describe who you are, it reveals what you were built to conquer. What if I told you the answers you've been chasing, the clarity you've been craving, the direction you've been waiting on was hidden in something you've seen every single day of your life? That last digit of your birth year, it's not just a number. It's a message. And not just about who you are, but about what you were meant to release into the world. There's a reason you think the way you do. There's a reason you notice what others overlook, feel what others ignore, care about things others walk past without a second glance. That's not a personality trait. That's a signal, a design, a function, tied directly to the code you were born with. You were designed with something the world needs, something only you carry. And your digit? It's the marker that points to what you're supposed to build, restore, protect, or ignore. You're not just here to exist, you're here to shift things. You're not here to repeat history, you're here to shape it. But here's the hard truth. If you don't understand the function of your digit, you'll misuse your gift. You'll call it a flaw. You'll suppress it, or worse, you'll compare it to someone else's and miss the very reason you were placed here. You'll try to lead like someone else, work like someone else, think like someone else. And in the process, you'll dilute the original blueprint that was sent through you. That digit isn't just a reference, it's a responsibility. It's not just something you have, it's something you were entrusted with. You were born to influence certain spaces, speak to certain struggles, unlock certain doors. But none of that happens if you don't recognize what's been in you since day one. Your timing, your instincts, your inner voice, all of it has been trying to tell you the same thing. You're here on assignment. You've got something to do. And it's not random, it's coded right there at the end of your birth year. But here's what takes it even further. That digit doesn't just reveal what you're here to give. It also hints at what's been hiding inside you all along, waiting to be activated. The final digit of your birth year wasn't placed there by chance. It was embedded, encoded, and designed to carry something within you, something not meant to sit dormant, but to be unlocked. Because here's what most people never realize. That number at the end is not just a symbol of when you arrived. It's a signal of what's been buried deep inside you, waiting patiently to be activated. You've been sensing it your whole life. That urge to do more, to become more. That whisper that says, there's something in you that hasn't been seen yet. It's not your imagination. That's the sound of your code calling you to rise. See, potential doesn't just show up when life gets easy. No, it shows up when life gets loud, when pressure hits, when things don't make sense. That's when your true wiring begins to reveal itself. But here's the challenge. Activation is not automatic. Just because you were born with something doesn't mean you're walking in it. You got to recognize it, protect it, and feed it. Because that digit, it holds the map to your unique core strength. The kind that doesn't fade with time, doesn't bend to pressure, doesn't vanish when others doubt you. It's the strength that was placed in you before you had language for it. Before anyone told you who you should be. Some of you were born with digits tied to resilience, others to vision. Some of you are strategists, others, you're catalysts, born to ignite change. But no matter your code, you were wired to carry something powerful. And the moment you activate it, everything shifts. Confidence rises, clarity comes. And purpose? It begins to move through you, not just around you. So what does this mean? It means your life was never meant to be average. Your birth year didn't mark just a moment. It marked a mission. That last digit, it's a declaration that you were born with something the world cannot afford to live without. And now that you know the truth, the only question left is, what will you do with what's been inside you all along? Will you bury it? Or will you activate it on purpose? Because destiny doesn't respond to potential, it responds to movement. And now it's your move.